Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, my name is Tosi, and this is Immigration Yarns, where we talk about all things immigration, right? And this kind of like is a series that we started last week. So last week we started to talk about the federal trade skills. Right, we started to talk about the federal skilled trades program, and last week we talked about the trade occupations, and this week we're going to be talking about the transport occupation. Yes, so the federal skilled trades program to come to Canada under express entry in the end of 2022 was broken down into six groups. So we have the French language proficiency, there's the healthcare occupations, there's the STEM, science, technology, engineering, and maths, then there's the trade occupations, and then there's the transport occupation, and there is the agriculture and agri-food occupation, right? So today my focus will be on the transport occupation. So just in case you know somebody who needs to hear this, you can quickly share with them now or tag them, let them come online. But without wasting much time, I'm gonna just go into it. So what makes you eligible to say, oh, I'm in transport occupation, and now, okay, let me not go there. So it's 6 months experience, right? And you have to show that you have 6 months experience full-time as a transport worker. But if you don't have full-time experience, do not despair. Yes, you can show part-time experience too, but the total number of experience you have part-time has to be cumulative of that full-time 6 months experience. So for instance, for somebody who has been working for the last 6 months as a transport worker and you've been working part-time, instead of 6 months, you probably need to have maybe like 9 months or 24 months, but it must be equal to that 6 months full-time experience. But yes, you can, if you worked part-time, then you can use it, you can be eligible. And this experience has to be within the last 3 years. So not like, 10 years ago I worked as a transport. No, it has to be in the last 3 years, right? And then it has to be in a single occupation. So it's not like, I was a driver before and then I became a conductor, and then so I worked in water transport before, then I came to road transport. No, it has to be in a single occupation. So if you worked water transport, it has to be in water transport for the last 6 months full-time, or longer if it's part-time but accumulative, right? Then it doesn't matter where you worked, whether in Canada or abroad, your experience can be in any country, it is acceptable. So don't be like, no, I've not been working in Canada, or I'm not in Canada, how do I get Canada? This is not about Canadian experience. It is about experience anywhere, whether in Canada or and yeah, I just remembered, if you're in Canada, or maybe you're a student and you've worked part-time in the transport, yes, you can qualify. But we come to the breakdown of which occupation actually qualifies to say, oh yes, as a transport occupation, I qualify for this. Number one is aircraft assemblers and aircraft assembly inspectors. Yeah. The number two is transport truck drivers. So if you know any transport truck drivers, yes, they actually qualify to come to Canada under the Express Entry program. Then we have the railway traffic controllers and the marine traffic regulators. Then there's engineer officers for water transport, desk officers for water transport. So if you have somebody who worked with water transport, but they were just in the office, maybe issuing tickets or doing stuff, yes, they qualify to come to Canada under transport occupation, right, under the Express Entry program. Then there's the air traffic controllers and related occupations, air pilots, flight engineers and flying instructors, aircraft mechanics and aircraft inspectors, railway car men or railway car women, and then managers in transportation. Again, just in case you're not sure, oh, do I qualify, do I not qualify, but I have experience in some of these things. If you go into the IRCC website and you go to the trade, to the transport occupation, you would see all the NOC, and NOC stands for National Occupation Classification. So you would see all the NOC and you will see the number. You can go into whatever NOC you think you qualify for, and then under there you'll be able to see all the job description, some of the duties that you should have been doing that and actually makes you qualify for this scheme, or for this scheme, right? So that being said, I'm just going to give you a few interesting facts and then we'll call it a day. So first of all, like I mentioned earlier, this breakdown came about, I think, by the end of 2022, such that in 2023, there was no general federal skilled trades anymore. It was these 6 streams that was being used in 2023. And it would interest you to know that the first draw was done in September. So on the September 2020, the first draw was done and 1,000 invitations were issued to people who qualified for transport occupations. The minimum CRS score was 435, and then in December there was another 670 invitations that was issued strictly for people under trade transport occupation, and again the CRS score was 435. What I'm trying to say is, look, there's still time. You don't know when the draw for 2024 will be done. You still have time to create your profile, get into the pool, write your IELTS, put it in the pool, because of course Canada wants to know that you can communicate in English and you will be able to understand when people talk to you in English. I mean, the official language of the country is French and English, right? So you still have time to get into the pool. You have time to create your profile. You have time to be able to verify your results and get into that pool for when the nomination happens. I mean, who knows? Maybe July, maybe August, maybe September. Who knows when it will come? You have time to get into the pool. I think the other thing I also wanted to mention is, okay, yeah, I have everything. Anyway, so if you need to understand more, I mean, all the other things still have to be in place. Yes, you have to have your proof of funds. Yes, and you would agree with me that this specific stream is kind of better than what the general federal skill trades used to be, because it used to be that you needed 2 years experience. People used to need 2 years experience to be able to, qualify for the skilled trades program. And that 2 years experience has to be like in the last 10 years. But now it's a 3-year window if you have experience in the last 3 years, and you only need 6 months. Only 6 months. So if you know that, oh, it looks like I qualify, or oh, I think I know somebody who might qualify for this, then please share this video with them. Let them know. And then, I mean, if you have questions, you can dig deeper, or you can send us a DM or put a comment under this video and we will answer your question. So that's all I have for today. I said it was going to be short, and it is short. Next week, I'm going to be delving into the agriculture stream, that agric and agro foods program, specifically for them. So if you know anybody at all who studied agric, who works in the agric sector, who wants to leave, who wants to japa, as we say it in Nigeria, please let them know. Same time, Tuesday, 8 p.m. Nigerian time, 12 o'clock Mountain Time. In 12 o'clock Mountain Time, I will be back discussing all things agricultural stream. So please share the good news, and I will see you next week. And that is all I have for today. Still on Immigration Yarns, and I will see you next week. Bye for now.